Okay, so y'all know that I told y'all that I'm taking this to an educational level to just go on ahead and start educating people about what's actually going on. And I've been making a lot of videos where I've been yelling and screaming and, saying what I need to say, but people want to call black woman a bed wench. So I Google black men and white women, and I'm going to do a video showing y'all how they're talking about black women. And you can see here black men glorifying having white women. And this is what the media have been putting off on black women for some decades now. And I'm also going to go into some details in another video about how black men have constantly been accused of raping white women, and how it's really taking a toll on the black community. They don't really talk about the history of how many blacks have been killed behind a white woman making the accusations that a black man has raped her. But then when a white man rapes a black woman, everybody want to say that the black woman was a whore and that she deserved it, and then the whole community will continue to try to sexually and physically abuse the black woman for making an accusation against a white male. So a lot of people are trying to paint me out as a whore and a bed wench, while white America continues to paint black men in relationships with white women out to be queens. And another thing is that these are the type of black men that was coming out of the woodworks to try to murder me in a jail cell for white America, because they were telling me, oh, you nappy-headed black bitch, this white women country. And what does that have to do with the white male abusing me and he got hurt? And then here comes all these racist KKK white women coming out the woodworks like, oh, a white male got hurt, we gotta try to kill this black woman, we gotta try to go get all these cooning black men to help us kill her and cover up her baby. And this is why I'm making these videos, because black women are constantly being abused, and the system has failed black women. And for them to have came out and went and got black men to try to come against me because they wanted to be racist and cover up the fact that a white male was abusing me, to see women who work in the court sitting over there refusing to hand over 911 calls was ridiculous. And this is a post from Salvation Army showing a white woman all battered and abused like they care about domestic violence, and they had two grown-ass black women staging shit to have me out of the shelter at the Salvation Army. And then they'll turn around and try to paint you out as some radical black woman with nappy hair who's loud mouthed and don't want to listen to nobody, and you broke and you this and you that. And I can't even fall into the category of strong black woman, because God was saying that I'm black, but that I'm not black enough to be considered a real black woman, and that I'm not light-skinned enough to be considered light-skinned, and that I don't fall into any category where I have real support or community. And I saw the documentary on dark girls, but I couldn't relate to it because it only want to talk about the struggles of dark-skinned black women. And then I saw the documentary on light-skinned girls, and I don't really fall into that category where I can really be considered light-skinned, so I was not really able to relate to their struggles. And it seems like women who are brown-skinned, it's like people just expect us not to have any part of the community. And a lot of brown-skinned women are selling out to the system now, to where they feel like as long as they getting paid, that they don't have to really look at any of the injustices that's happening to other brown women in the society, because there were several brown women who was willing to set me up for the system. So their struggle may not be my struggle, but when I think about the light-skinned girls documentary and the dark-skinned girls documentary, it really does tell the truth about the colorism in the community. And they out here talking about COVID, and you got people trying to brush my story up under the rug. They have followed me around trying to silence me while talking about COVID-19. And the real pandemic is the racism in this country. That's the real pandemic. And this clip was talking about how white women try to use their tears to silence women of color. And you hear white women came out over the past few years trying to say that they feel bad because black people treat them like this and black women treat them like that. But it's like they only did that when they heard black women coming out telling our stories. And then all of a sudden they want to come out and try to pretend like the victims when they the ones mistreating us in the society. And then they want to act like the damsel in distress when they hear black women talking about it. So this says women of color are getting louder and more influential. And it says that white people try to use the same shit, and they think that they can use their femininity and cry tears to try to basically sway people from listening to what black people have to say about racism and discrimination and the trauma that black women have endured because of the racism. And these white women will come out and say, oh, they discriminating against us, and these black women is this and they that, for us speaking out and saying what we have to say. And it also made me think about a lot of the times that a white woman was crying rape, and she knew that the black man didn't do nothing to her, but she'll sit there and start crying to get people to believe that she was really raped. But then a black woman could be screaming and crying and actually have stuff that's wrong with her body because she was raped, and the white woman will still sit there and laugh and then say that the black woman is lying about the accusations that a black woman will make towards a black male. But then they'll expect all these white men to come out ready to kill a black male as soon as a white woman makes an accusation that cannot even be proven in court. Everything that I said about what my baby daddy did to me can be proven in court and has been proven in court. And they have steady tried to sabotage me and hope that it all just goes away. And that's why I started my channel, to continue to show that I'm not no angry, loudmouth black woman, because they trying to make me seem like I was the aggressor in the situation.